So if you're absolutely tired of waiting on Elder Scrolls 6, then the indies got you covered with multiple titles, including this one that we're going to be talking about today. It is launching into early access this November, and the entire reason why I wanted to highlight this one for you is that it is going to feature co-op play. So think an open world Elder Scrolls type game with co-op. I think that could be a lot of fun. And again, that's why I wanted to highlight this game for you guys. But before we get into it, I cover RPG. So if that's something you're into, then consider subscribing to the channel because it helps me out so much. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year, and any interaction you can give me, it helps out and boosts my small channel, out to a bunch of people. Helps out way more than you can imagine. So any interaction you can give me, like, comment, subscribe, it is all very much appreciated. All right, so the game is called AetherCycle, and I'm going to go over everything we know about it so far. AetherCycle is an upcoming first-person action RPG developed and published by Deep Interactive. Set for early access release on PC in November of 2026, the game blends high-speed, action-oriented combat with loot-driven progression and open-world exploration, often drawing comparisons to, of course, Elder Scrolls. The hallmark feature of the game is the Cycle, an endless world state system that dynamically alters the game world over time. As the cycle shifts, enemy encounters, difficulty, available loot, and hidden routes and passages change in real time. However, this system only alters the world around you, and your character, stats, equipment, and abilities are persistent. The combat of AetherCycle is first-person action combat that focuses on skill-based melee, ranged, and magic combat, with an emphasis on timing, positioning, and fast execution. You can expect a bunch of different enemy types, including massive bosses, that reward smart builds and coordinated play. One thing I want to note is the number of enemies shown in the trailer. Instead of counting down 2 or 3 enemies at a time, it looks like this game isn't afraid to fill the screen with enemies and give you the tools to deal with them all at once. With combat and builds comes progression. Players choose a starting role, such as mage, archer, or warrior, for initial stats and passive perks. However, roles do not lock your build. Any character can learn any ability and equip any weapon of any type. Both enemy levels and loot drops scale dynamically with player progression, ensuring encounters remain challenging as you get stronger. Gear drops feature randomized stats, rarity tiers, and unique effects, encouraging build crafting and optimization. And just to clarify, loot will also scale with the player, meaning you will always find stronger and more relevant equipment. There is currently no hard level cap plans. Now, this can be a double-edged sword. Sometimes it's nice to outlevel an enemy or an area so you can come back and wipe the place, giving you a sense of growth and progression. And enemy scaling needs to be balanced well, or else everything starts to feel like a meat shield. So this feature I'm kind of up in the air on, but we'll have to see how it plays out. An easy solution would be to have a zone have a max level, but again, it's very early to speculate. AetherCycle will feature a handcrafted world that consists of large, interconnected regions ranging up by 4x4 kilometer maps, along with caves, ancient ruins, and multi-level dungeons. And don't forget, this is where the cycle feature comes into play that will change up the map, accessible areas, dungeons, etc., leaving the world feeling alive and adding, essentially, double the exploration. Now, this is where the trailer absolutely surprised me, because AetherCycle can be played completely solo or online with friends in co-op sessions, currently supporting up to 8 players, with individual persistent progression. Now, I'm not 100% sure what this means for co-op play and progression by definition, but I'm just relaying what the developers have already confirmed. And as of right now, there is no PvP. While PvP testing showed potential, it is currently excluded due to limited development resources and the lack of anti-cheat systems. PvP may be explored in the future if there is strong demand. AetherCycle launches into early access this November on PC. So that is everything I could find on AetherCycle. Let me know your first impressions down in the comments. I would love to hear them. Now, personally, I think this has potential. I love the co-op aspect of it, but it is early. I think it looks pretty early. I mean, we saw some of the enemies pathing into trees and stuff, but this one definitely has a lot of potential, so that's why I wanted to highlight it. Now, with the bow combats, and I think this is something that a lot of games struggle with the archery and everything. I think a lot of games have a hard time making it look cool. I think it has a hard time with the impact of the shots, and as well as the sound of the bow and the arrow firing and everything. So I think they need some work on that. I also think the melee combat needs a little more weight to it as well, so that you really feel the impact and the weight of the items you're using. Now, of course, that doesn't really apply to like dual wield or anything like that. As long as it's fast and fluid, then I think you can nail that with the dual wielding, which we saw in the trailer as well. Looked pretty decent, but I would like to see a little more refinement on the combat, but that's just me. But again, this is very early, so it's hard to tell and speculate. Now, this is, like I said, is launching into early access in November. So as always with anything early access, I caution you to just be careful with, what you support. Now, if you're passionate about first-person RPGs, then go ahead. This is something you want to support and help them out with their development and everything. By all means, go ahead. But I would suggest that you wishlist it first and then kind of watch the comments and the development of the game. Wishlisting costs nothing. And personally, full disclosure, I'm not going to be jumping into this immediately right into the early access launch. I'm not super big into first-person RPGs, but I thought this one had the potential with the co-op. It was unique enough that I wanted to highlight it for you guys. So I'll be wishlisting it. I'll be watching the development of the game, and maybe down the line we'll be jumping back into this once they are further along in the development cycle. But like I said, I wanted to highlight this as I think it has potential. And for you guys that love, Elder Scrolls and the first-person RPGs, I thought it was something that could be really fun to jump in with friends with the co-op side of things. So again, I caution you to, with the early access, but again, it's up to you. Just letting you know what I'm going to do personally. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and for all things RPG, consider subscribing to the channel because that is what I cover. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs this year, and we're getting so close, and I'm really shocked. So thank you guys so much. Everything helps out my channel tremendously. Like with a small channel like this, I can't tell you how much it helps and pushes the video out even further. So thank you guys so very much. So until the next video, live stream, whatever it is, I can't wait to see you guys. And I hope to hear from you. So be kind to yourself, be kind to one another. Whatever you do, try to do it with kindness. And I will see you again very soon. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.